This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come.
Hi and welcome to my channel. If you're new, this is Ashley Faith, and if you're not new, welcome back. Thanks for being a faithful. So, as you can tell from the title of this video, I found out my first year results today. Pretty big moment. It was made into a pretty small moment when I was reading it on the toilet. I was actually working the UCL open day, so I didn't really sort of think about it that much. And then when my mum called me later on after the open day to see how work was, I told her, and then I actually properly processed what my grades were and how I actually felt about them, which is what this video is about. It's not so much what my results are, it's about how I feel about the results. So let's get started. So overall, I'm first going to go through my degree. If you want an in-depth sort of breakdown of my first year, I have 3 videos. I have a term 1, a term 2, and then a whole year video if you want to go watch them. But basically, my degree is ancient languages, and so I study sort of ancient languages, and I took some modules. I'm going to go through them later on as I sort of go through my thoughts, and overall I got a 2-1, which I am not 100% sort of swayed on either side of the sort of happiness scale, and I will let you know why. So first of all, I took an Egyptian module, and this module was the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Not going to lie, it was so hard, honestly, hardest thing I've ever done. And it was full of master's students and third year Egyptologists, which has made it so much harder. And so in that, I got a third. I got 43 out of 100, which makes it a third, just a pass, which I am over the moon about because I thought I was going to fail the module and I managed to pass it, so that is wonderful. In my Greek myth module that I've taken, I got a 64 overall, which is a 2-1, and I'm okay with that because it's a decent mark. I put in work, I wrote an essay about creation myths, and the exam went alright, so that was fine. And then in ancient ideas I got a 58, and so that came out as a 2-2 in that module, which is fine because I know that teacher is a very harsh marker. And my essay was a 56, so I actually did improve with my results in the exam, so that's great. In study of language, which is a module, a linguistics module, I got a 77, which is my highest mark, and that is a first, and I'm really excited about that because I worked really hard on being able to answer those exam questions in that exam, and I thought it was one of the easier exams that I took. So I'm glad that I got a first, at least one. In my Hebrew, I got a 58, which is obviously a 2-2 as the other one, and I'm quite disappointed in that Hebrew mark because I feel like I could have done better if I actually worked more, a little bit more throughout the year, and that's literally no one to blame but myself, and that's sort of a hard pill to swallow, that I need to just stop being so lazy, which a lot of people here on YouTube who make either school or university related videos, they are amazing at studying and actually putting the work in. That's just not me. I've never been like that, and I think I need to get like that. So please motivate me and stay with me. I think I'm gonna have to do some more sort of study with me sort of videos because I need them to motivate me, and Hebrew definitely saw that. And in the first half of Latin, so Latin A, I got a 72, which is a first, but I already knew that I had that mark because that was from before Christmas, and that was just assessed on 2 A-class tests that we already had back, so I knew that mark, and I was very excited obviously to get another first. And then Latin B, I got a 62, which is a 2-1, and I know that that's not amazing. It's obviously not as good as my other one, but I found it very hard to actually work with and learn from the teacher we had in the second term, which kind of sounds like an excuse, but she really just didn't motivate me that much. And we have to take into consideration that I had classes with Hebrew and Latin 2 hours a week in the second term, which I feel like may have dragged my grade down, because I find the language really hard to learn on my own, and that's what I had to do, and I don't think I did that well with it. So that's something I'm going to have to work on, and I'm going to have to make sure next year I have no classes whatsoever, because it just doesn't work out for me that well. And so overall I got 61.5, which makes it a 2-1, and overall that is a really great base for my degree at UCL, and to get a 2-1 from UCL is great, so I'm really excited about that. And because of how my degree is sort of structured in the years, the ratio of how the marks are weighted throughout years 1, 2 and 3, it's 1, 3, 5, which means that this year is only 1/9 of the overall mark, which means that it doesn't really matter. It's very insignificant, and each module individually is very much even more insignificant. That made no sense. I can still get a first overall in my degree if I put the work in. But overall, I actually wanted to say that I'm kind of disappointed in myself, because I know that I could have worked harder, which, you know, Mum, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I could have worked harder, but I feel like I need to be honest, especially when I'm talking about university to people who are looking for advice. It's going to be hard, and you're going to have to put the work in, and I didn't. I feel like I was very maybe distracted this year, or sort of I just didn't want to do it, and that's on me, that's not on anyone else. So yeah, that is the truth. That is the truth. So on a bit more happier note, I actually moved house, and Adam, if you would like to pop in now, you can.
No.
Please. You look like a grandma.
I'm coming to eat your cookies.
Okay, so I moved, and this guy here helped me. He's in a blanket because he couldn't find a t-shirt.
I want your cookies.
You want my cookies? I don't have any cookies.
I'm old. Granny kiss.
Anyway, so on a positive note, I feel like my summer's gonna be a bit more positive, and I'm gonna go into next year and really like hit it hard. So yeah, that is my video. I have my granny boyfriend.
I'm gonna take my dentures out.
No, Granny, no! Not in public. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you like and comment. Make sure you follow me on my socials. Links are always in the description. Why are you laughing at me? Thanks for being faithful, and thanks for watching. Mwah.